Hi Cancer, welcome to your extended monthly reading. Oh, hi there for the month of August. Love seeing this pop out for you right away. I know I have been mentioning to you Cancers that we really have to start standing up for what we believe in. Man, you're getting a lot of abundance here right off the bat. So I feel like for many of you, you have been listening to that advice. So congratulations. I would say to continue working on you, okay? And as a water sign, it's really easy to put ourselves second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth in our lives. So really what you're being asked to do, especially with all the astrology happening in the month of August, is to make you the center of your universe, of your intentions. And I always recommend listening to Pam Gregory and Stillwater Alchemy. Their astrology updates are fantastic. And if you don't have your birth chart, I always link Pam Gregory's free birth chart in the description of all my videos because it's such a wonderful layout. And again, everybody's being asked to liberate themselves and answer the call within that is asking you to be what it is that you are destined to be in this lifetime. So that's for every sign too, but as first for you Cancers, you're in the wonderful place right now to shed, to just let the water wash away whatever isn't serving you anymore. So I did check a little bit, and a brief overview of the astrology is, asking you for kind of like a makeover. And like some of you, I think it was last week's weekly, this concept of transformation. Yes, it was, because I have a Cancer in my life that is pregnant, and it was, generally emotional transformation, but this can be physical transformation too. So if some of you have been like wanting to get a makeover or new hair, new wardrobe, like this is the month to do it. So I'll actually too link the article I read that has that information in it. But so the month starts out with the full moon in Aquarius, and we're gonna have a lot of optimism. And for water signs, it's so lovely to have optimism. It's so empowering for us when we feel that connection. And then we have that new moon, and then we have the Lionsgate peak on the 8th, a new moon, and then a full moon in Pisces where everything culminates. So that culmination in a water sign is perfect for you. So let's jump in and see what the energy is for Cancers for August 2023. Very empowering off the bat. And look at this. This is so amazing to see, okay? So I really feel like you are aligned, and this is just, it's a nice comforting feeling right off the bat. So let's see what we got going on here, okay? Perfect. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, amazing, and amazing for this energy too. So let's dive in, okay? So the overall energy for the month of August is faith. Now, faith, obviously you can read it as literally to have faith. And I love seeing this too with that fire. Even though this is an earth card, I really feel that this Leo passionate energy is really gonna drive you forward, and really have faith that you're aligned in what's gonna be best for you, okay? And so like reminder that we tend to put ourselves second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth in our lives as water signs, and perhaps there's been some emotional eruptions that have happened, and generally those emotional eruptions are from within and us not fulfilling our needs first, because we subconsciously have it in us to nurture and care for others. So really this is reminding you, it's like a do as I say, okay? So you need to align your actions with your beliefs. Now, if some of you are, you say you believe in one thing, but then your career or your extracurricular activities, your relationships, they don't match what you believe, you're gonna feel some disruption in your life, okay? So really, August is the month to put your actions into work and follow through with them, okay? Because you need to have faith that following the path you want to follow is going to bring you emotional fulfillment, material abundance, and comfort, really. So obviously this is the idea of putting in the work, okay? So you have to have faith that by doing, you're going to manifest what it is that you want. So this is interesting too. So again, my focus on needing to fill your own cup, the Ace of Cups, and what you need more of, you need to fill your own cup first, okay? So I know it's so hard. I'm a Pisces, I get it. Like, we want everybody to feel happy and nurtured, especially if we have kids. I have a daughter, and I try to have the visual of, you know, filling up cups, and because it is just something innate in us and natural to us, it's easy to keep pouring into somebody else's cup without pouring into our own cup. So the Ace of Cups too is asking you to nourish your emotions, to do things that bring you joy, but also too, like, connected to this, what do you believe in? What is it that gives you that motivation and that push to keep moving forward? And connect that to some emotional nourishment for yourself. So a reminder, this is asking you to prioritize replenishing your own emotions first, okay? So this is lovely to see, because this is what you have exactly enough of. The Three of Wands is saying, like, this August is the month for you to see all of the pieces coming together, and to know, like, you're gonna see glimpses of this, if not fully, okay? So your ships are coming in. You have to have, again, faith. But what I see is, since this is a situation, you do have faith. It's just about continuing to do the work. That's a lot of stuff. I mean, so many of us, from that full moon in Capricorn in July, it's been exhausting, right? And a lot of us just want to check out emotionally and physically and just chill. I get it. Like, I constantly am having these, like, God, I wish I could just sleep in or do this. And we really just need to know and have faith that the work that we're doing is the payoff is this, okay? So you definitely also need to, you know, I think, you know, because you are so motivated right now, you know that the sky is the limit. You're in that optimistic, again, going back to August is starting with that Aquarius full moon, and it's giving all of us this beautiful light of optimism. And if you want more information on that, go to Pam Gregory's full moon, Heather Ensworth too, great astrologer. And then, like I said, Stillwater Alchemy. I love their weekly astrological updates. I think they're one of the best. But yeah, so the fact that this is in this sign is that you're in the right place at the right time. Okay, so keep moving forward in what fills your emotional cup. Okay, so the moon is here. So this is interesting too, because with the moon card in this placement, I really feel like we definitely need to remind ourselves that being so strongly connected to our emotions, and especially during like this full moon time, we don't want to dive too deep into the waters when it comes to our doubts, our fears, because when we are in this forward moving momentum, it's easy to trip ourselves up with doubt, especially because, again, why the suggestion for you is a revamp in your appearance, if you will. Like I said, a haircut, new type of clothes. Like, what are you wearing? What you want to wear? And again, if you can't afford to buy new things, there's ways to alter what you already have. But you're really being asked to just there's this just popped in my head, so I'm going to stop my train of thought there. I don't remember the therapist's name on YouTube, but there's this meditation where you look in the mirror and every day you say, I am enough. And you have to, and you even write it on the mirror, I am enough. And so having that self-confidence is connected with the optimism, again, of the full moon. It's going to help push you even further in that direction. But going back to the moon card, it's really this idea that we don't want to get trapped in our emotional subconscious type of overthinking. Okay, so definitely steer the course, have faith. If these things do pop up though, with that full moon, because it's connected to optimism, do some intentions on releasing anything that makes you feel like you're not good enough, or others don't see you the way you want them to see you. I mean, whatever it is connected to your self-worth, I really think that this full moon could really help you with releasing whatever that is. Okay, so this is interesting. So the Page of Coins, I like to connect the pages obviously to children. So again, because I do focus on parenting a lot in my astrology videos, this could definitely be connected to an actual child in your life. The pages too are very, very fast moving. So this is really saying too that you can actually change your financial situation, and very quickly. Okay, so that's okay. Now I'm going back to this because we might not want to be thinking about the practical things that we need to think about as water signs. We really want to just we're connected to the dreams and the hopes and the optimism. I mean, so that's actually interesting, because if on this highness of optimism, we could be overlooking some practical things that we need to focus on. Okay, so yes, you want to be optimistic and you want to keep your vibration high, but you can't ignore the practical things that need to get done. So that's why I feel like the Page of Coins is really here, is because you really, and this I feel like too, especially going into Virgo season. So I feel like this is really going to be highlighted. We want to tackle whatever this is before Virgo season begins, because this is what you can change. Okay, so if there is stuff connected to your finances, your career, even your home, anything, earthly, you have the ability to change it. We want to stay optimistic, but optimism isn't ignoring the situation, okay? And it's easy to want to do that because it's kind of innate in water signs to want to do that. So yeah, so this is interesting. So with this full moon, remain optimistic, but take the time the next 2 weeks to really focus on this, because you can change it, okay? All right, so what you need to accept this month is we might be feeling stuck, and we're not stuck, okay? So while we're in, I really feel like this can be connected, especially what I just said about, wanting to ignore stuff. By practically taking a look at it, we need to accept that facing these things, it doesn't need to be daunting. It doesn't need to be negative. So we really are being asked to change our perspective. Whatever it is that's making us feel down and trying to, deter our faith in whatever it is that we're trying to manifest, you have the ability to change your perspective. I feel like for you too, I mean, what are you listening to? What are you watching? Who are you hanging around? I mean, all those things can really alter your perspective on life. So definitely know that if you are trying to manifest something new, which I do think is happening because of the card that's coming up next, there are things you need to let go of, okay? And that's okay. So that's the other thing too is, again, water signs, so connected to emotions, so empathetic. We don't want to hurt people. And that's really hard because obviously, I mean, not saying anybody wants to hurt people. I mean, some people do, but not to their own, it's generational patterning and all that stuff. But you might be holding yourself back because of these fears. Okay, so definitely know that you can change this. Get a new perspective, let go. Find, ways to help you release. Again, full moon in Aquarius. Use your intentions to release things that are holding you back because you're not stuck. And I'm not calling you out because we all do this. I do this. We keep ourselves stuck because it's comfort. It's comforting when we know the same old. And again, I think why you're being encouraged to change something about yourself physically is because it's going to help nudge you into the new, okay? So yeah, whatever it is, definitely accept that it's for your growth, okay? And you want to grow. But this is amazing. So where things are heading at the end of August, and what's perfect is the month of August is ending with a full moon in Pisces. And for us water signs, it's going to be really, really, really powerful. So to see this, even though you don't have any major arcana, or actually, I'm sorry, you do have one major arcana. And actually that's pretty cool because it's your overall situation, but this is going to be powerful. And like I said, for water signs especially. And so something new is coming in if we can tackle this stuff and not let this block us, okay? Something really new. I feel like this is related to our career, related to what makes us really feel alive and passionate, our talents, our gifts. Something is coming into your life. And so, like I try to tell people, tarot, everything's a choice. It's a choose your own adventure book, okay? So this is coming in, right? But if we're not doing this work, we might not accept it or see it as how amazing and powerful it is. So because that full moon at the end of the month is so powerful, and then shifting into September, we're going to have this new direction, confidence, and again, confidence, connecting to something changing in your physical appearance, something that makes you feel good about yourself. You want to feel, I mean, everybody wants to feel good about themselves, right? So do something that really makes you look in the mirror and put a smile on your face because you deserve it. So don't miss this opportunity that's coming because it's going to be super powerful and it's a new direction. It's inspiring. And you can't let things hold you back because you don't want to hurt people or you don't want to disappoint people. Know that everybody is on their own journey and we can't hold ourselves back because other people, it's the fear of somehow hurting others. But if you can shift your perspective to knowing that everything's going to work out for everybody, it makes it better, okay? But it's all about your way of thinking. You can't control how other people think. You can only control how you think, okay? So if you have your intention set in the right place, it's not your responsibility to worry about that. Keep your intentions connected to this, and no ill will on anyone, and it's the right path for you. Okay, so next we're gonna do a past life card. So this past life can be connected to, if you're a parent, your life before children. It can be connected to your childhood. It can be connected to a literal past life. So take it as it resonates. All right, so let's see what And again, this doesn't have to be positive or like negative. So I don't remember what sign it was, but somebody recently, you know, a lot of times it's connected to stuff we need to release, but sometimes it's stuff that we need to embrace. Oh, it was Taurus. They had the Celtic card. And sometimes you need to incorporate these things that we don't even realize are completely natural and within us. But surrounding yourself sometimes with this energy. Oh, lovely. Okay. So I actually like to read exactly from this book because the information is very specific. So, lessons and blessings, all right? So you drew this card as a sign that the situation you're currently experiencing is a result of prior lifetimes. Take a look at the other cards that you drew along with it to get a sense of where your when or where your life occurred. This card means that you learned important lessons which are bringing blessings to your present life. So congratulations. You mastered how to turn painful events and memories into growth experiences. You can apply the same strength to every area of your life. All right, so like I said, with this idea of you boosting your ego, if you will, you're meant to be doing that. And this is what's, I just love this little guy too, but that's where we need to, again, shift into that confidence. If we're lacking some sort of confidence, if we're overthinking, if our health is deteriorating because we're putting our focus on pleasing others, or even like picking up the slack for others, like you have to prioritize yourself and don't get into, have faith that that is what you need to be doing, because you can self-sabotage yourself by, unfortunately, thinking that because you're putting yourself first that that's negative. It's not. So definitely stay focused on that. So let's see what empowering question you can ask yourself for the month of August. All right. Oh, okay. Well, this is great. So the question you're meant to ask is, what does love mean to me? So when we're talking about what we believe in and our beliefs and putting our beliefs into action, meditating on this and then asking ourselves if we treat ourselves this way is really gonna be very powerful for shifting if there is anything negative still attached to you. What does love mean to you? And are you showing yourself that kind of love? And if you're not, how can you incorporate that love into your life? So I really love this. I mean, so far everything is really lovely. We just need to boost our ego, and the ego is not connected to our water. It's not connected to our emotions. It's a very earthly thing. And with how the earthly things are crumbling right now, it might be difficult to embrace that naturally. And so like I said, that's why I like doing those meditations of I am enough, and changing your wardrobe and changing how you feel can really, really help. Okay, so the crystal you're meant to have with you, now this can be carrying it in your wallet, your purse, in your pocket, having it next to your bed, somewhere where you see it while you're working, is a celestial quartz. And this is angelic truth. So going back to the faith card, and the faith being, your beliefs and having your actions align with what you believe. And this is a good time too to think back to your childhood self, okay? And like, what did you believe when you were a child? And are you still aligned with that? Because the innocence of the child before we're conditioned is where we really want to connect deeply to. So yeah, definitely when you're focusing on this, or you feel this getting too much, hold on to some, and if you don't have this specific type of quartz, any type of quartz will help. But we really want to accept that these things are meant to, what's interesting too is, so this lessons and blessings, and then seeing this hourglass and what we can change, okay? So we really just embrace what this time is a transition, and what we're transitioning into is amazing and powerful. So let's do one last clarifying card, and then I'm going to leave it at that for you, Cancer. But yeah, I really feel, especially again, going back to that full moon, and especially if we can do the, this just residual, I feel like, oh, I'm sorry too, you had 2 major arcana. And the major arcana are actually in pretty important parts of shifting, okay? So even though it's not many things you need to do, it's something, one very, very, very specific thing. All right, well, here's your confirmation. So like I said about changing your perspective and letting go of stuff, it's death. Like this is the confirmation that you have to let go of something and welcome in the new. If you can see over here, the sun and this castle, like we can't look at what's crumbling away, okay? And this is interesting too, because this energy right here on the ground is those old structures. So that full moon in Capricorn, that top down authoritative, I mean, you can even say patriarchal, those foundations are crumbling. And this is the aftermath, okay? Now, if you look, this woman's looking away in fear, but look at this child. She has a flower that she's offering. She's not scared because she doesn't even know what it means, okay? So don't fear the things that are ending, okay? Because everybody is going to be okay. And so don't fear this new perspective, because you're going to get to this. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading, Cancers. Don't forget to check out your sun, moon, and rising for a more in-depth look at the month. And again, that full moon at the end of the month, really, and I'll have my weekly, so hopefully that'll help build it up. But really focus on your self-confidence. You are enough, you're amazing, and you deserve all the emotional and material fulfillment that your heart desires. So have a wonderful month, Cancers.